Welcome to Behind the Scenes at the Crafty Lab. This is making a custom travel water bottle, and this one I was making for myself. So this is the print we're going to be putting on. When you print it mirrored so that it will look the right way when you finish the item. I am trimming the print. I'm putting a piece of heat-resistant tape on the back of the edge, and that is to make sure that we don't have ink coming through where that print is going to double up on each other a little bit, so we don't end up with a big white streak at the seam. So that will prevent the ink from the other side of the print from bleeding through and making that area darker than everything else. So I'm trimming all of the white space off of the edges so we don't end up having white space at the bottom, top, or in the middle that's unintended. So I've got all of that trimmed off, and I'm just checking my print there to make sure if it will go all the way around, and I'm not going to have a area that's not going to have ink on it. And I just trimmed a little bit more off of that, and now I'm checking and everything looks good. I'm putting my paper trimmer away, and now I'm getting ready to clean the blank. Took the top off, can't put that in the oven. So I'm cleaning the blank with a lint roller and then with a coffee filter, which is lint free, to make sure there's nothing that interferes with the transfer. Now I'm wrapping the transfer onto the blank, and I'm trying to make sure that I line up the bottom exactly so that we don't have a weird transition at the bottom where it's kind of wonky. So lining it up exactly, and I'm taping the middle to get it down, and then taping the top and the bottom, make sure to pull very tight, and then adjusting the middle to account for being able to pull the bottom and the top tighter. I put a piece of tape down the seam, and I'm pressing that down to burnish it. And now I'm going to put tape around the top and the bottom of the print to get that down firmly, make sure we don't have any air in there. And I'm also going to put a little bit of extra tape at the top around the shiny part so that the shrink wrap does not want to get stuck to that. So now this is the heat gun, and I am putting the shrink wrap sleeve over the water bottle, and there are 3 things I was going to be shrink wrapping: the 2 soap dispensers and the water bottle. If you want to see the soap dispenser video, that's available as well. And here I am shrink wrapping one of the soap dispensers. I didn't record shrink wrapping the actual water bottle. So now it's in the oven. It's been in the oven for 5 minutes already. We're down to 2 minutes. And we're going to wait for this to be done, and it's going to come out of the oven, and we're going to get that shrink wrap off as quickly as possible. And you can see there that the print, you could see it through the shrink wrap, which usually means that's a really good transfer. So we're getting the shrink wrap off here. It's really important to do it when it's still hot, because otherwise it really is a lot more difficult to get off. So you can use a small pair of scissors, a weeding tool, to try and get under that edge and get it off. And yeah, so you see I gave the thumbs up there. None of the shrink wrap stuck to the silver part because I protected it with tape. So now I'm working on getting the tape off, and I'm going to hold the print in place and make a big voila moment when I rip it off, just to make sure that that warm bottle does not ghost. And here we have the finished water bottle. It has all 50 states on it. It's got my name on it, and it's got home next to Maryland with a heart. I really love how it turned out. The inspiration behind the design was that I am so close and being able to say that I've visited 50 states. One day soon, I'll be able to say that every state on there I've visited. So I've put the cap back on, and it's got an integrated straw. And there's what the print looks like afterwards. You see that dark blue strip? that is where the print folded over onto itself, and we protected that with that tape, and that ink, part of it would have bled through had I not put the tape there. So now we're seeing a rotating view of the finished bottle. It really turned out well. I chose a dark background so that the images and names of the states would pop. Thanks so much for watching this behind the scenes video at the Crafty Lab, and I hope you'll like, share, comment. If you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like a custom water bottle, please reach out to me and we can get started. Have a great day.